Hey everyone, my name is Danilo Petrovic.
I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Denis Kudla.
I'm Evgeny Donskoy.
I'm Henry Laaksonen.
I'm Peter Torebko, and you're listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Buenos dias, mis amigos. ¿Cómo estás, JG? It's the Madrid Open.
Is that it? Is that as far as the Spanish goes for you?
That's as far as I can do off the top of my head.
No, fair play, mate. I'm not going to try and attempt any Spanish whatsoever. But what an exciting draw preview we're going to be bringing you today. We covered the women's the other day. Yep. I find it very bizarre that this is like that they didn't start at the same time, but the way it is. And looking at the draw initially, I think it's going to be a really exciting one.
Very exciting, mate. It's one of those ones which we've been building up to. I know you kept on accidentally calling the Barcelona one Madrid because you were in such expectation of the Madrid Masters. It is a Masters 1000. There's a lot of points up for grabs. There are new faces going to be showing their face on the courts in Madrid as well. And some potential very, very interesting new versus old matchups that could take place, and I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. So,
mate, there's a few, but I know the one you're definitely sort of alluding to there. And something you've not just touched on is the qualifiers. You look at the qualifier draw. I know we usually start with them. It's like its own very own 250 event. The qualifiers are absolutely epic. The main draw is epic. The whole tournament is going to be epic, I'm hoping. And there's going to be no Djokovic. That's the only other thing. Medvedev's back on the clay. Let's see how he gets on.
Yep.
And I just want to say, guys, also, I don't know if you've seen, but we've got a new banner now as well on YouTube. There's a lot of new changes, I feel, for us, right?
Yeah, mate. A lot of stuff coming.
We've got the app as well. It's going well. It's obviously not our app, but there's a guy who created a really cool tennis app with all the live scores and everything. The link is in the description if you want to check that out. And all the GTL content sort of flows through there as well. So,
indeed, yeah, and there's some more exciting announcements that will be coming, hopefully within the next week from Game to Love. So keep your eyes peeled on the channel. Join the Discord if you haven't already, because that's where you stay 100% up to date on everything GTL. So make sure you jump in there. The link is in the description, I guess, and probably in the. Is it in the live chat as well? It's normally I can ping it in there if not.
Yeah.
So, but like you were saying, I don't know if we want to have a quick look just at some of these qualifiers that are taking place today. Some familiar faces that are popping up there, and that's in Madrid. So just bear with me 1 sec. I'll just pull up some of these. As you can see here, I don't know if that's a little bit too small for you. Let me know.
Go in one more. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so there you go. We've got Caballas back. Rusevor is out, mate.
Yeah, Bruce is having a bit of a tough year, isn't he?
Yeah,
I don't know. He was so good back end of like 2019, start of 2019. Yeah. Predominantly a good hard court player, but I've seen him do it on the clay courts as well. Beat some good people. You got to remember he's young, and he's having for me a bit one of them periods where he's on a bit of a lull. He's struggling to pick up some wins and sets, and it's a tough time for him. But I'm confident that he'll be back.
Yeah, I'm sure he will, especially when the hard court season comes back round again. I think he's a bit more at home on the hard courts.
Yeah.
Can do it on the clay, though. Not this time, though. You're going to have to sit out as we take a look down there. Gerasimov out, Mega through, Giron through against Montero. That's an impressive win.
Yeah.
And Musetti there against Radu Albot. So that's good. Musetti, he'll be making an appearance by the looks of it. Is there another round of qualifying still to go?
If you click on there, maybe you'll be able to see. But I believe this is the first round. Or maybe I'm mistaken. This could be the second one. If you click on the draw, it's usually the best way to see. So if you click qualification at the top, there we go.
There we go. So
one
more round.
We've got one more round. So you've still got another round. One player there I want to just highlight is Taberner.
Yeah,
he obviously got a wild card into the event. People might not necessarily know who Carlos Taberner is, but he is a clay court specialist. When people talk about clay courts, Taberner, he just typifies everything about the clay courts. And he beat Thompson here today, obviously the third seed of the qualifiers.
Yeah.
He's going to be playing against Musetti next. And I'm a bit fearful. As a Musetti fan, I'm fearful because Taberner in Spain on the clay courts, this tournament Madrid's made for him.
Mate, he's such a good player. It's been a while since we've seen his name cropping up. I haven't really had a chance to see Taberner. We were following him a lot on the Challengers before, obviously, COVID hit. And now it's great to see him back. And he's beaten, obviously, a high-ranked opponent in Jordan Thompson. Musetti, that's not going to be an easy match at all. But I think that's going to be quite a close one. Could go to 3.
That one. I'm hoping Musetti is able to pull through, but I think this is a really stern test, and the rankings could be lying a little bit in terms of people might not necessarily know who Taberner is, but you just don't want to face him.
Yeah, exactly. He's a little bit like a Villela Martinez or someone like that. It's a really tough challenger, clay court challenger player. You don't want to be facing these players. Sort of like someone like Gianluca Mega. He was a bit like that, but now
you can see him there, mate. So Mega's going to be playing Herbert.
Yeah,
that could be quite tight. What else we got? We've got Cecchinato. It's some really good players. So let's just see how the qualifiers go. We've got Korda as well. He's got a good chance of going through. I don't know if he might be playing right now. Actually, I think.
I can go back to the other screen and we can.
Yeah. So currently you've got Korda right now playing. You've got Correa playing Poprin, and Sabata Morales looks like he's serving up for the second set against Del Boni. So
nice.
Let's see how it goes. Just want to give a shout out to you, Shane. Cheers for the tip. And he's going Rublev to win the whole thing. And I just want to allude to the tips. You see there, the top, Thomas Rock, we can confirm, is the winner of April. So well done to Thomas.
Smashed it. I want to say big thanks as well to everyone, Shane. He's pushed up above. New name there is Kathleen, who's actually joining us there. She's joining us saying good morning. Thanks very much for the tip. Obviously, we popped a little post onto the Discord. If ever anybody wants to help support the channel, then you can always click on that, and we really do appreciate any donations to the channel. All we use it for is just upgrading the experience for you guys. So very much appreciated. And once again, like you said, Thomas Rock, he's not to be defeated.
He's a hard man to beat, mate. He's a hard man to beat, especially this clay court season going through. He's a bit like Rafa. Thomas Rock, you can't really knock him off the top. No. And I have linked the PayPal pool in the chat as well. It's pinned there. I think we're 25% to our target. So big thanks to you guys.
Yeah, thank very, very much. And we got a few other people there. Got Ozzy and on there. Oh, Gene's in there. How you doing, Gene? And Ozzy. So Ozzy Anon, are we going to know your real name? Just going to remain anonymous. Greetings, tennis freaks. So interesting, mate. We're going to go through some of the past winners. I know we normally kick off with that. It obviously wasn't on last year, had the pandemic. Going to be nice that we actually get to have the tournament this year. And as you can see here, last final was a bit of an interesting one.
Mate, it's only the very best, isn't it? These guys here, you can see there. The only person who's not really in the big four, as per se, we'll give Andy Murray a little buy into this one.
Yeah, sure.
And that's Zverev. So credit to Zverev beating Thiem in a really, really good final in 2018. I actually remember that final, and obviously that was the same matchup in the US Open final as well, where Thiem managed to come through and beat him on the hard courts. You'd think it'd be the other way around, but
yeah, I know they've sort of swapped accolades. I'm sure Thiem's happy with his Grand Slam, though. To be honest, to have in his cabinet, I'm sure he wouldn't exchange it even if you asked him. So. Djokovic last champion, mate, but he won't be defending his crown. Bit sad to see, isn't it? So
Djokovic is going to drop all them points, quite a few points as well.
Yeah,
and you can see there some of the other players. Andy Murray's obviously done very well. Beaten Rafael Nadal in the final in 2015, and then runner-up against Djokovic. So he's not going to be there. Dominic Thiem, he's going to be back. That's going to be interesting to see how he gets on. Obviously, he's not been playing much tennis of late. He's had a few different issues off court. I expect him to be firing, to be honest.
I hope so. I really hope so. I'm hoping this is the return of Dominic Thiem that we've been waiting for. He's been out of action for quite a long time, it seems, with that sort of... He didn't say it was a serious issue, but he's just precautionary, and he's probably saving himself for something big like this. So I'm sure he would have liked to have played Monte Carlo as well, but I think this is just as big, if not bigger, to some people. So,
you got Shane there asking how many points is Djokovic going to drop. It's going to be 500, so it's half the points because there's like a protected ranking, isn't there? They'll still keep half the points, but he's still going to be losing 500. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into the draw. Hopefully you guys can do it with us at home. The link is in the description. It's just the ATP. I'll put it in the chat as well. Feel free to join our league. I think we've got almost 200 people. I'm sure we'll probably get to 200 after this one. I'm sure. We've got 197 people. So join that. Put your email address in. It's completely free. And I can confirm we will be giving away a prize for this tournament. I know we say sometimes we will, sometimes we won't. For the big ones, Madrid is a big one. We 100% will be giving a prize. So good luck.
Yeah, I still need to find out from Rupak if that other prize made it to India yet. But,
I think it got delivered. I got a message, but let's just
did you? Oh, perfect. So I'll have to, find out from him in the Discord. But yeah, we try to get it to you wherever you are in the world. So there you go. We got couriers going all over the place. So let's, without further ado, JG. That's a drum roll, just in case you didn't know. Let's have a look. let's get straight into it. I'm sure my mate Dylan, who's a drummer, he'll be very disappointed in that drum impression.
I think we need a button, mate. I think I'd prefer a button rather than your little...
Sounded like a car going off down the road. Right. Yeah, mate. Yeah, I'll leave you in charge. Click the button.
There we go.
Oh, I don't like it when it covers that up at the top. I like to be able to see that. I like to I'll go to all this effort, mate, for all these nice backgrounds. I like to see what we're doing. There you go. Look at that. Oh, God.
There we go. You see our main man right at the top, Rafael Nadal. I say our main man, my main man. Ben's a bit of a hater. I'm not sure what he's going to do with Rafa, but I'm watching him with eagle eyes. You've got right at the bottom of the draw, second seed, Daniil Medvedev. No Djokovic. It's going to be Daniil Medvedev.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, isn't it? Medvedev, he sort of had he was out due to COVID, wasn't it, on the last tournament? He had a sort of easy run if he could have made a run at it. And he blew his chance, so to speak, by not being able to play. Now he is going to play. We'll see how good his clay court play is. It'll be his first clay court of the season, I believe. So here we go. We got Nadal's through with a bye, and we've got Adrian Mannarino against Carlos Alcaraz, and probably a good matchup for Alcaraz, considering Mannarino more of the hard court player, not great on the clay.
And he's not looked too good recently. For me, this is a dream start. I know it's quite tough on Alcaraz. I expect him to beat Mannarino, and we finally get to see Rafael Nadal playing against Carlos Alcaraz. I think Alcaraz is going to be slightly in awe. I think he's going to really struggle with the occasion a little bit. And that's my big worry for the whole thing. However, I think this will be a good challenge and a brilliant test. Obviously, he knows Rafa quite well. You see him training with him, hitting with him often. But in a match, Rafa's not going to give him any favours. You do realise he's going to go at him like he's his biggest enemy in the world.
Oh, for sure. He's going to be... as much as he likes someone following in his footsteps, he'll probably cut him down to size and just say, wait your turn. I want to make it, as official as I probably can without being too excited. I want to say that we're definitely doing a watch along for that one if it happens. I've been working super hard at work over the past couple of days. I'm owed hours. I'm taking hours for that match. I don't care. I'm just it's just the way it is. I've been working round the clock, mate.
Yeah,
so
you have to be fair,
mate. Exactly. So if that happens, watch along it is, and we can all get excited about the future generation and the current generation playing each other.
Yeah, I can second that. I'm going to try my best to do a watch along for it. If it happens, obviously he's got to get through Mannarino first. You can see there, qualifier 1 versus Struff. Struff's having a brilliant tournament.
Yeah.
In Munich. So he's still playing. I believe he's playing right now, and he's let me just confirm. He was up a set. Did he win? I think he won today, sorry. So Struff won today. I'll let you confirm that. I don't have all the details.
Beat Avashka, which that's no easy one. He obviously, that's the big story, knocking out Zverev in his own tournament. Is this turning into the Struff tournament instead? Now is he the only German left in, it looks like. So interesting stuff. He beat Avashka pretty easily as well. But I think the main man to watch who's left sort of in there is maybe Basilashvili. He's beaten Casper Ruud, mate, in impressive fashion too. 6-1, 6-2. God, I mean, outrageous. I mean, I would have had Ruud being the favourite for the
We've got
tournament.
Gio here saying Basaksehir just destroyed Ruud in straight sets. Yeah, that is remarkable. I must admit. I think we did have someone. I believe it could be Jordan who pushed him through quite a few.
Wow.
But anyway, we'll definitely cover that on another podcast. Let's focus on Madrid for now.
Yeah, that's the
and
final.
I'm going to have Alcaraz going through. I'm going to have Struff going out. I think he's having such a good run in Munich. It could all catch up on him. And I'm going to go with that same theme throughout this tournament. There's a few other instances of that. So I'll have Alcaraz, I'll have qualifier 1, and then I'm going to have Yannick Sinner.
Mate, I'm just sad that I've got the same. Do not be fooled, though. Guido Pella suddenly started playing a lot better in his last couple of matches. So he might just be on the comeback a little bit. So it might not be straightforward as you'd think for Yannick Sinner, that match. Keep a close eye on it. I'm going to have Sinner. I think he's been playing super well. I think Sinner gets all the way through and we get treated to the match probably everyone wants from the top half, which is a repeat of the French Open matchup, which will be Rafa Nadal, Yannick Sinner. I'm sure most people have that.
I actually see Rafa dropping a set. I think he could potentially, I don't want to say it, but I'm fearful. I think he struggles against Sinner. I really do. Sinner, when he's on fire and playing well, he's super deadly, like really dangerous. I know he didn't really show it against Djokovic in Monte Carlo, but he's more than capable. And I don't think he's someone who gets in awe of the occasion. So I'm worried for Rafa. If them second serves are a bit dodgy, if them smashes are a bit suspect, he could come under a bit of trouble. But I can't do it, mate. Rafa's going through regardless.
I know. Yeah, I think
you don't bet against Rafael Nadal right now. I'm sorry. You've got to be a madman.
In Spain. You just see what he did in the last tournament. He wasn't even playing that well, and he still overturned probably the greatest clay court player on tour at the moment, which is Tsitsipas. So moving on down, that's the first section. We both have the exact same route there.
This is a really tough section. This section here is class. There's so many top players in there. You've got Hubert Hurkacz versus Millman. Millman's been playing well on clay courts. I don't know what's happened to him, but 2021, mate, seems to be his year on the clay. Like he's not winning a lot of matches, but he's just winning stuff I wouldn't expect him to win against people who are predominantly good clay courters. So I think he's going to do well against Hurkacz. I think he could go 3 sets, but I think Hubert's going to come through.
It's a real tough one for me. Obviously, Hurkacz now up to 16th in the world. Really good for him. Lost to Dan Evans in Monte Carlo. Knocked out Thomas Fabiano. Not sure we can really judge too much on that. I'm not sure about his clay court form. I'm tempted to go Millman, which is crazy. I might go Millman. I think it's a little bit of a pick 'em. I haven't been that impressed by Hurkacz, but there you go. Means Hurkacz probably goes through now. Chardy Dan Evans is a tough one, mate.
I'm going to go Dan Evans. I think he's going to find some of that Monte Carlo form, obviously defeating Djokovic there. It just sounds crazy. Did that happen? I know. It doesn't feel real. Dan Evans beat Djokovic at Monte Carlo.
Yeah,
but it happened. Apparently, we was there,
mate. But then he came up against Mutua in a real close matchup in Barcelona, and then lost in 3. This is a pick 'em for me again. I don't know which way it could go. I reckon Chardy could beat Evans. He beat Munar quite well recently in 3. God, mate, I just know if I go with you, we're going to send Dan Evans out. Go on then. I'm so
you're
harsh.
copying me a lot on this one. You're not being very unique.
I'm so harsh against Norrie because I said in the last one, didn't I? If I go against Norrie goes through the competition pretty far, and he did again when I didn't back him. And Dan Evans, he's going to go out probably now. Oh, where's JG gone? He's disappeared for a bit. I will keep going down the draw, and I'm sure he'll be back in a sec. We got Karen Hatchinov here, and all right, mate, you're back again.
I did the little side thing on the Mac. I just want to give a shout out to James. As always, thanks for joining. I'm angry that we started late. What happened? We started early, I think. Oh, no, sorry, Shane. We started earlier. Now I'm late. Yeah, apologies. We started half an hour early just to fit it all in.
Wasn't really half an hour early. It was still, we intended to start half an hour early and ended up being only about 15 minutes early in the end.
Yeah.
But still, I'm going to go Nishikori. If he's back, I'm worried actually a little bit now after he dropped out of that last tournament. It might have just been precautionary. I'm going to go Nishikori. I think he's back.
I'm going to go Karen Khachanov. Nishikori, for me, he pulled up the last one. Must be something playing on his mind. I don't know. It must be a little niggle of some kind. I forget exactly what the injury was, but I remember reading it and I thought, oh, that's a bit dodgy. So I'm going to go Khachanov.
All right. And then we're going to go to the top. I'm going to have Evans beating Millman. I'm going to have Zverev beating Nishikori. This is dodgy, though. Zverev didn't impress me in the last tournament at all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna back him just based on the fact that he had an off day, let's say.
Yep, I've got exactly the same, mate. So moving down, Dominic Thiem, the 3rd seed. Woo! And he's going to have a bye and then play a qualifier. We don't know who the qualifiers are, but I wouldn't really dismiss them because all of them look class. So any of them qualifiers, if they've been able to get through, they've played obviously 2 really tough opponents. Yep. So they're going to be good. I'm going to go number 3. Why not? And I think Dominic Thiem is going to be having a good tournament. So I'm going to have him going through.
So next up, Alex de Minaur versus João Munar. I'm going to go with the Spaniard being at home in Spain and just a clay quarter.
I'm going de Minaur. I think you're being harsh on him. I think we've given up a bit on him because of some of the recent events. And I don't want recency bias to play too much of an impact. So I'm going to go de Minaur because I think on his day, he's a lot better than Munar.
I'm just going on home court advantage. That's all I'm picking for there.
Yeah.
Lloyd Harris against Grigor.
Do we ever live watch it up, maybe?
The Battle of the Whispers, mate. These ones. Mate, why not? Lloyd Harris, Dimitrov. This could be a close matchup, I think. Yeah. I'm going to go Dimitrov, though.
Well, has Dimitrov been to the dentist? That's what I want to know. Obviously, he had a bit of tooth issues.
Oh, God. Not these tooth issues again. Hopefully that's healed and he gets past Lloyd Harris.
I think based off what I saw from him, I'm going to go Harris. I think Dimitrov was so disappointed against Rafa.
Oh, I can't. You can't.
I'm disillusioned with him. I'm going to go Lloyd Harris.
I can't treat that performance against Rafa as an actual match. That was just, it was almost like somebody else stepped on the court. It just his lookalike turned up that day and just played on court.
We've got Coco saying it. Harris will beat Dimmy. Come on, Coco. I'm backing you as well. I think it's going to happen.
Nah, come on. Give the guy some respect. Come on.
Dimitrov's going out, mate. Let's just watch it. Watch it happen. I can see Lloyd Harris doing it now.
I'm going to the top. I'm going Dominic Thiem. He's going through. And then I'm going to have... I'm going to have Dimitrov. Come on. Give him some respect.
I'm going to have Alex de Minaur. So we've got something very different here. I'm going to go for Dominic Thiem, Alex de Minaur.
Mate,
I think Thiem could, I don't know, if this stage, Thiem, he's not played much. Could he come a bit unstuck? Maybe. He could drop a set, but I think he's going to get through and win this little section. In fact, looking at the draw, you compare what Thiem's got compared to Zverev, and he's got quite fortunate, to be fair. Just shows you what 2 seed places can do for you. Because Zverev's little section, you compare that to Thiem's section, it's just completely so much harder.
Yeah, definitely. I quite like Thiem's draw here.
Yeah, Thiem's got a nice draw.
I quite like his chances of getting through these first couple of matches, and then he's into the thick of it, really.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm not going to go Dimitrov against Thiem this time, contrary to what some people might say in the comments. I'm sure that is coming. So let's go down. Batista Agut, mate. Another one of your favourites, playing at home in Spain, playing a qualifier. I'm having Agut.
Yep. I'm gonna have a Agut as well. John Isner on the clay doesn't really fill me with that much inspiration. Kecmanovic has been playing a lot recently. John Isner's not been playing much. He's not really a man for Madrid. I'm sorry. He's going to get sunburnt and not fancy it. So Kecmanovic to advance.
Well, he's closer to the sun, isn't he? That's probably why. Anyway, yeah. So Pedro Martinez, Tommy Paul. I'm going Pedro Martinez. I'm putting the Spaniards through.
I'm going to go Tommy Paul here. I think he's a good clay quarter. I like him. I think he won a Junior French Open, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I just made that up, but I'm not seeing much from him. I like him.
Just giving him accolades, just random accolades. They did actually. They were pitted to play each other in Monte Carlo, and Paul was 4-1 up in the first set, and then he withdrew due to injury, Martinez. So. Okay. I'm guessing he'll be looking for some revenge. So Martinez to win.
It doesn't really matter because that man right below him There's going to be a lot of love for Andrei Rublev in the chat, I'm sure.
Mate.
He's got to buy the number 6 seed. It's crazy how far he's come on. And I think he beats whoever it is, Martinez or Paul. So I'm going to have Rublev advancing there.
Mate,
I'm then going to have Agut beating Kecmanovic. So I'm going to have Batista, Agut, Rublev.
The rematch of Monte Carlo, the epic match, the 3-setter. Are we going to see that again? I mean, I would love to see another like standard of tennis. That was of the highest level, that match. And Agut, when he plays at that standard, he could give any of these top players a match and could potentially get through until like semis or something. Maybe even the final. You never know. If he plays his top tennis, Agut is he's a world beater, mate. So,
mate, I agree completely, and I'm going to go one step. I think he beats Rublev. I'm going to say it now. I think Rublev's going out. I'm going to have that's my first shock of the tournament. Something was going to really differentiate me. Probably the Dimitrov one's a bit. Daris beating Dimitrov's quite a shock, but this is one of the bigger shocks. I'm calling it now. Batista beats Rublev in this tournament. I hate to say it, Rublev fans. I think your man's going out early doors.
Well, I had Batista to go further in the last tournament, didn't I? I said he was going to beat Tsitsipas, didn't even make it to Tsitsipas to be able to beat him. I'm having Rublev to beat Agut once more. I think he will have learned from the last time. He'll probably do it in a bit better fashion.
Some of them shots were crazy, though. It was a really good match. I saw the highlights. I think we was doing another live watch along at the time. But yeah, it'll definitely be one we can hopefully cover on the podcast if it happens.
Yeah.
We've got Davos saying, I don't see Rublev going out. Fair play. Okay. Gene's going, no, Rublev ain't losing. And midfield maestro, JG, why are you taking Rublev out? So it's not a popular choice, but I'm sticking with my gut and I'm doing it.
Where's Jax? Come on, Jax, get in here quick.
Nothing can change my mind. I can see it now. Batista in Spain, a few people in the crowd cheering him on, a few Vamoses, and he can do it.
He can do it. He has all the ability. And we have Diego Schwartzman. He's here on the clay once more. He looked quite good in the last tournament. He's got a bye, and he'll be playing the winner of. This is an interesting one. It is Ugo Humbert against Aslan Karasev.
Mate, I was hoping you had the button. I was just looking for the button. I feel like we have to play it every time we say his name.
And, mate, unfortunately, there's no button because I just had to quickly add a couple of buttons on before we came on. So we've only got a couple of buttons to play with today.
That's all good. But yeah, like I can see there, you've not even had much discussion with it. Ugo's out, just like that for you.
Yeah, mate, he's out. Public Fucsovic. I'm going Fucsovic.
Ooh, that's not very nice, is it?
Well, mate, unfortunately, Mr. Rock, I'm putting Bublik out. I like Fucsovic in the early rounds of these tournaments. I think he can cause the upsets.
Yeah, me too. I think I'm going to go Fucsovic as well. I'm actually going to have him. I'm going to have Shapovalov beating Lajovic and then Martin to beat Shapo.
I'm not so sure about Shapo, to be honest. I wasn't that impressed with him against Mutet. I'm having Shapo going out to Lajovic. And then I'm going to have Fucsovic beating Lajovic.
Yeah, I'm going to have Fucsovic as well there. We've got Andrew in the chat saying Ugo's going to win. Trust me. I just don't feel like we can do it, I'm afraid. Aslan is our man. We've got to put him through. Is he rested? Not really. He's lightly rested. The last tournament he played, what was it? Belgrade. He's had a few days off. Is it a week? I don't even know. It's all blended into one.
He's had plenty of time off. The last match he played was on the 25th, so he's going to have had a week off. Whereas Humbert was playing for Kina. When was that? Yesterday.
Yeah, but look at Diego, mate. Diego Schwartzman is going to be waiting for him. He's going to be fresh in Madrid. Clay court specialist, the man, the myth, the legend, Diego Schwartzman. Can Karasev beat him again? Yeah, obviously, he beat him on the hard courts. Beating him on the clay courts is another thing altogether. Can he do it?
Yeah, he's doing it. I think he's going to have his number. I think Diego's scared of him after that performance in Australia, and I think Diego gets powered off the courts by some players. And Karasev saw what he did to Djokovic. It's going to be coming. He doesn't have the wingspan of Djokovic, so. That's
yeah, mate, I'm doing it. Karasev wins. Come on, Aslan. He beats Diego Schwartzman, and then he beats Martin as well. Go on.
Yes.
Martin's headed the section. We've got Jackie's turning up late. She's saying, don't tell us off. What are you doing, Jackie? You've missed a big one. But thanks for joining. We've got Chris Smear as well joining us. All the big dogs, the GTL regulars, they're all here for this one.
Jackie, tell JG off. He's already put Rublev out the tournament.
Oh, don't tell her yet. I was hoping she would never find out.
She'll find out, all right. There you go. RS saying, this is Karatsev's podcast. It pretty much is, mate. It definitely is.
And Shane's got a good dark horse, Martin Fucsovics. Really good one. I like that, Shane. Good thinking. And to potentially, I know this sounds like a bit mad, but he probably can beat Karatsev. Like, it's only because we're like so crazy about him.
Yeah,
really, if you take the goggles off, mate, the biased goggles, Karatsev Fucsovics is a really close match. Andrew's
saying it's just my opinion, lads. I don't know why you guys are obsessed with Karatsev. Have you been awake this year in 2021? Are you joking me? This guy has been to the semi-finals of the Australian Open. He won in Dubai. He beat Novak Djokovic on clay in Serbia and got to another final. This guy is on fire. Come on, get on the bandwagon right now if you're not already. So, anyway, moving down. So, we've got Felix Auger-Aliassime versus Casper Ruud, mate. What a match.
Yeah, that's a really big first round match. And I feel so sorry for Felix. I feel like he's not having the run of the draw in the last few months, to be fair. Every tournament, he seems to be in a really tricky section where it's really difficult to get out of. I think he had a little run in the last one in Barcelona, but then he come up against Tsitsipas. Wasn't able to do that. He's in the same little section as Tsitsipas here. Couldn't avoid him. But I think he's going to even struggle to get past Ruud, to be honest. I know Ruud struggled today. I think Casper Ruud beats him.
I don't. I'm going to go Felix, mate. I'm going to go Felix. I was impressed with the way he played in Barcelona. He beat Musetti, beat Shapovalov, only came up short against Tsitsipas and still didn't play that bad in that match. Just Tsitsipas was on fire.
Yeah.
So I don't think... I think he's more rested as well. He's had a week off. Obviously, Ruud played twice today. Yeah. So that might have tired him out. So that's my reasoning for that. Cam Norrie is back again. Dare I bet against this man once more? He's up against Filip Krajinovic. He's probably hoping I do back Krajinovic because Cam Norrie always goes through when I don't back him. I'm tempted to not pick Norrie just to help him through the tournament, mate. What do you reckon?
I don't know. I think this is I think it's a 50-50 match, Cam Norrie, Krajinovic. I'm just going to go for GB. Why not? Now Norrie seems to be turning it around on the clay. And he's been on a little streak, really. The only loss he's had, well, he's had a few, but one of the big ones against Rafa. He's been losing to really top players. So I think he beats Krajinovic again. I'm going to have Cam Norrie advancing, and then I'll have him beating Ruud as well.
Well, mate, that's just a crazy stat. Since the clay court started this year, he's only lost to Rafael Nadal.
Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah, I did say. I remember looking down at it. I saw just Rafa's name. I was like, "What's happened to Cam Norrie? Is he a clay court?" I didn't know Team GB had clay court players, but he seems to be the man flying the flag.
That's incredible, mate. And I'm going to go with him this time. Come on, he's won 7 of his last 8, and only losing to Rafa. That's pretty great stuff. And
so where is he now? What tournament is he? Is he in Estoril?
He'll be. Well, bear in mind, we might want to change this because in Estoril, he's into the final. He'll be playing the winner of Ramos, Davidovich, Fokina. They've just started right now. Norrie just took out Cilic in straight sets, mate. He's absolute demon now on the clay court. Dan Evans first beating Djokovic. Cam Norrie has GB now turned into a clay court nation. What has happened to tennis?
I might change my opinion then. I might have Krajinovic. I think Norrie might pull out, personally.
Yeah, he might do. Yeah,
if he wins the whole thing, I think he's going to pull out. I don't know if he's got the stamina. He's only so much you can play. And it's a bit of probably an unexpected run he's had there.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough. I think Norrie's better than Krajinovic on recent form, but if you're trying to win this bracket, I think Krajinovic beats him.
Yeah, it's probably wise. And it will probably be even wiser because Krajinovic could potentially take out Felix or Ruud in the next round. So he might be worthwhile having in there to go a bit further because Norrie might be even more tired the longer he goes in this tournament. So, yeah.
That's Philly Benoit pair. Two players. I don't think they're...
I'm not even...
They're just not people you want to predict against, Basaishvili and Benoit pair, but I'm going to put Basaishvili through because pair's a disgrace.
I'm not even going to say his name. I'm just putting him... It's like he's got a bye through the first round. Did we watch? He'll lose now. Basaishvili's in the final. tomorrow. Don't forget, against Struff. So he might, if he wins that, he might lose. Might see another lucky loser replace him or something.
I think the lucky loser beats Pair though, so I'm just going to stick with Bassashvili. The lucky loser's probably be quite good because the qualifiers is so good.
There's Carlos Taberna, mate, on Musetti. That's definitely a through.
So I'm saying Taberna versus Pair. I don't give Pair much of a shot, but anyway, we're speculating there. Bassashvili could play. We've got Tsitsipas. He's got the bye, and Tsitsipas for me. This little section, I think he does it in his sleep. I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm going to have Tsitsipas beating Bassashvili, beating Casper Ruud, and then just head in the section.
I'm going to have...
Call me crazy, mate. You might have Felix, I think.
Yeah,
that's the only one.
I'm going to have to, because I don't trust Norrie's going to have stamina to keep going. So I'm going to go with that. And then I'm going to have Tsitsipas, obviously, head in this group. And then I think we should keep moving down, mate.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, mate. ATP Serbia winner. Matteo Berrettini is back on the clay courts again, and he'll be playing the winner of Fabio Fognini or a qualifier. What do you reckon? That's a tough one. No,
I'm going to go Fabio this time.
That's tough for me, this one. Based upon who
Mate,
is...
we don't know about Fabio. Fabio's another one. Like, he can turn up or he can be walking around and get beaten. He lost, didn't he, to Zapata Morales, did he?
No.
Or did he turn it around?
I
think he still lost, yeah.
I think he still lost.
Yeah.
He was turning it around.
He turned it around. He was down like 4-0 in the second set, and then he come back a little bit, then he still lost. So, and then he got told off for telling the umpire to go.
I know he got disqualified, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he got disqualified.
That was it. Yeah. No, he came back, and then he got disqualified. What pointless comeback that was. Terrible. I'm gonna have him going through though. But I'm going to Berrettini beat him.
Just slagging him off. Yep, he'll go through.
Yeah.
So we'll have an all-Italian affair, but there's only one real Italian who's better than him, and it's not Lorenzo Musetti, it's Matteo Berrettini.
Yeah.
And Berrettini looked so good in that last tournament. He seems to be back, playing well on the clay courts. He could have a good little run here as well.
Yep. We've got two Spaniards coming up. We've got Taylor Fritz, though, playing against Albert Ramos. Ramos in a semi-final at the moment against Davidovich Fokina, another Spanish player. Should Ramos get to the final, will he have enough in the tank?
It's a good question, mate. It's a good question. I'm going to still put Ramos through.
I'm going to go Fritz. I don't think he will have enough in the tank. I think he's getting a bit older now, Ramos. I'm not sure. He might even pull out the tournament if he gets to the final of the other one.
I agree. I think he does pull out as well.
33. I think Fritz has looked pretty solid.
I'm banking on the fact I think Fokina beats him today. So it's hard. We're making so many predictions here. It's hard to say. I'm just going to just leave this one for now. I'm going to go Carino Buster below. Not Bista, Buster. And then Buster to beat whoever's above him, personally. And I think we're going to have a Berrettini Buster.
Yep.
Is it third round match?
Yeah.
And that is a pick-em. I think it's going to be a 50-50 match. Buster's in Spain. Berrettini's on a high of just winning a tournament in Belgrade.
Yep.
I'm actually going to go Berrettini because I don't like Buster very much. It's a well-known thing on the podcast. I don't know what it is about Buster, but I'm just not a big fan of him.
No, I'm going Berrettini. I was impressed from the way he was serving in that tournament in Belgrade. Seemed to be hanging in there with Karasev, who was so dominant, really. It looked like it was just dependent on staying in the rallies, and it was hard to stay in those firefights with someone like him. If you can do it with him, I reckon he can do it with a lot of these players. Yep. So Berrettini keeps going.
You've got just going to the chat, Jackie saying Carreno Blister. That's a good name for him.
I like that name. This is the last section, mate, of the draw. We got Garin against Fernando Verdasco, rolling back the years. Is he going to be able to cause any sort of threat, Verdasco, to someone like Christian Garin? That's
in
the
Spain as well. The crowd's going to be going behind him. I can see Verdasco maybe pulling it off. Because he's been such a servant to the game and the sport. I remember watching him in Wimbledon one time. I do love the guy. I really do. Yeah. He's such a legend of tennis. And it's in Madrid as well. I think this could be a nice send-off for him. I don't know how many seasons he's got left. He's a bit of a journeyman now. I don't think he's expecting to ever win anything again. He's just playing some tennis every now and then because he enjoys it, a bit of extra money. Can he get a big send-off, a big nice win against Garin or something? Maybe. I'm tempted to push him through, to be fair.
Go on then. I'm moving Garin.
You're putting Garin.
Yeah, man. He's lost his last 6, I think, on clay. No, 5. That's Verdasco. Not against not top opposition either. I mean, Ramos, Jummer, and Andujar.
He's struggling for sure.
There you go. Unfortunately, I think Garin's got too much for him.
Okay, so moving down, Koepfer, Opelka. I'm going to go Koepfer.
I don't know with this one. Yeah, I mean, I'm only impressed with Opelka on hard courts, really, so I'm going to go Koepfer as well.
This bottom one, though, mate, this is tough. Fekina playing a semi-final. I actually think he's going to win that tournament.
I hope so, mate, because somebody
we've both got
him.
Yeah, we both got him, I think. You have him. I think I've got him in the final.
Did you?
Yeah, I've got him going quite far.
I thought it was just me who had him.
I don't know if I've got him winning. It might be just final then, mate. I think I've got Nishikori. I had Nishikori and he pulled out. But then
you had the Nish, wasn't it? That's so annoying. Turn into Kobayas Bane, or I didn't.
Yeah. So I'm not so sure. Maybe the qualifier wins this one. I think Fekina doesn't win this match.
That's savage, mate.
Yep.
I mean, I think you're right as well. I think it could. Actually, I don't know. It just depends. It depends. I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to put him in as a provisional. If he wins the tournament, I'm changing it. So I think we've still got time to be able to go back and change it.
Yeah.
So
you got a bastard there saying Garin said he come out and said it doesn't feel very good on court at all. He's struggling. He's been a bit inconsistent. Struggling to find his rhythm. Saying that, I'm going to have then Koepfer within that little section, and then Medvedev heading the whole thing. I know it's crazy, but I think Medvedev. I just don't think any of these guys challenge him. I think he's coming against exhausted Fekina potentially. Verdasco is running out of steam. Garin, he's coming for a bit of a rough patch. Koepfer's not been filling with much confidence, lost quite comfortably to Struff in the last one as well. Opelka's a hard court player. I think it's a nice section for Medvedev, and he's definitely gaining a lot of benefits from being the second seed here.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think that he's going to get through this section, which is crazy to say. I think Koepfer's going to go through, and then Medvedev takes out Koepfer. So he'll be happy. That's the second tournament running. He's had like a nice little section, but he didn't.
Medvedev's draw is ridiculous because, well, I'm not going to jump the gun, but playing against Berrettini as well, you kind of, I don't know, Medvedev, I think he can beat him as well. But anyway, let's just wait for that. Let's go all the way to the top. We've done the bottom bit. So right at the top, we have Rafael Nadal playing Zverev here, and this is the quarterfinals.
So I'm going to have Nadal. Let's see if Zverev even gets that far. If he comes up against someone as good as Ivashka again, he could lose. So, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think Nadal, no questions asked. I don't think, mate, I know I've got Zverev there, but it could easily be like a Khachanov or an Evans or something like that. And I think Nadal will be okay there. This next one's tough, though. Dominic Thiem, a gut for me. Okay, well, for me, Dominic Thiem, Andre Rublev, and this will really show if Dominic Thiem is back at the races, or will Andre Rublev be able to overturn him? I'm actually going to say that Andre Rublev overturns Dominic Thiem in this tournament because it's his first back. I think Rublev's going to be fresher.
Yeah,
I think
fair enough, man. I think it's a good call. It's a really strong call. I'm actually going to go for Dominic Thiem to be a gut. Reason being, I just want it to happen because I think the most exciting matchup in the world of tennis right now, people will disagree with me, obviously, because there's loads of really good scenarios. But Rafael Nadal versus Dominic Thiem, for me, just doesn't get any, it's the most exciting there is. We always see tie breaks. We always see a lot of action. It's always very close. And I just want to see it again. I just want to see it. So I'm going to put Thiem there for purely selfish reasons.
Well, mate, I would love to see it because I want to see Thiem back to the top of the sport. Next one we've got.
And not just that, mate. I think it's quite fitting with what Tsitsipas is doing at the moment that Dominic Thiem has a good run because then all that Prince of Clay talk on Tsitsipas, people can then think, oh, Thiem's here. He's back. Yeah. Let's watch out for him. Why have we dismissed him all these last few months? Mate,
well, until Thiem does something, I can't pick based upon the unknown. I'm just basing it upon his last year, let's say. I can't do that because I haven't seen him. So I'm just going to go with the people who have been playing. That's not the reasoning. Karasev, Tsitsipas.
Ben, how brave are you? That's the question. How brave are you?
No,
we know how much you love Aslan. Can he beat the Prince of Clay.
Mate, I will be cheering. If he is in that position, you know that I'm going to be rooting for him. Even though I'm going to be putting Tsitsipas through, I'll be rooting for Karasev all the way. I want the Karasev to win Madrid if he can. But my head is telling me Tsitsipas, he came within this close of beating Rafa in Barcelona. He deserved it in a way, but so did Rafa. They were the equal winners for me in that tournament. So I'm going to have him going through.
Yeah, I agree. I think Tsitsipas is another one who's got a really nice draw. You look at Tsitsipas and Med at the bottom. They've actually got really tasty draws.
Asashvili could throw up a potential banana skin if he's still playing well.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not so sure.
Cam Norrie? You never know.
Not Tsitsipas right now. It's just been so good. At the end of the day, he matched Rafa in that final in Barcelona. There was nothing between him on the day. Just Rafa had that extra. I don't know where he found it. He just had that extra little bit.
We've got some Karatsev love here. Tennis with Drew saying Karatsev will win against Tsitsipas. That's what I like to hear. And Gene saying lots of expectations on Tsitsipas. There's part of me that just wants to go Karatsev. Don't get me wrong. I would love to go Karatsev.
There is a lot of expectation on Tsitsipas, but he's been rising to it. There's been loads of expectations him going into Barcelona. He's just won Monte Carlo, went into Barcelona, and that would have been a prime time for him to kind of flop. Yeah. In terms of he's just done so well. He's on such a big high. People like looking at him on the next tournaments thinking he's going to do really well again. And that pressure would have been on him. But he rose to it. He got all the way to the final. And, mate, you can't say anything about Tsitsipas's performance. I honestly think we're going to see exactly the same. And I think he's going to have a brilliant Madrid. He seems to be battling these mental demons very well. Yep. And he's just the man to beat. I'm sorry. He really is. He's that good.
I hope that he will be the man to beat as well. I think he's... I was hoping he'd win in Barcelona just so he could sort of... I don't know, just... get another tournament under his belt. He obviously won in Monte Carlo. I just want to see him win more stuff. I want to see his trophy cabinet just keep growing, and then we might see the Grand Slam come. Yep. He gets all these under his belts.
Mate, listen to this love for Karasev. You're going to love this. Everybody said Djokovic will win against Karasev in Belgrade, but he proved them all wrong. Now it's time for Tsitsipas.
Oh, I like it.
It's a story. He's built it up.
Mate, but let me remind you of another statistic about Karasev as well, though. He normally plays well in one tournament, next tournament, not great. Well in the next tournament, not great. The last tournament he got to the final in, it sort of means that this next tournament might not be too good. So that's the only... I'm going based upon patterns. So the next tournament after this one, watch out. Karatsev might be in that final again. You never know.
Open, mate. You might just try and time it.
Mate, it's going to be there again.
He'll pull out of the next one and just, mate, I'm waiting for the French Open now. I'm going all the way to win it.
Mate, we'll have to try and get him back on the pod again if he gets to the, just before the French Open. Let's see if we have any pulling power.
Yeah, I'm not so hopeful on that.
I'm not either.
So the last quarterfinal, Berrettini versus Medvedev. Have you got the same? You've got exactly the same. Obviously, Berrettini, the champion in Belgrade. Medvedev had COVID, not played much. Hit and miss on the clay courts. Can do it. He's won a few things, I believe. He's all right there, but I don't know. Just not been that convinced of him. Saying all of that, I'm going to go Daniel Medvedev. I think there's going to be a lot at stake here. And Medvedev, we spoke about Rafael Nadal on a podcast. Can he take the number one spot off Djokovic? Medvedev's got a big chance of taking it. Reason being, he's not got many clay courts points to defend, especially this little section. So I think Medvedev can pick up quite a few points here and there, and especially at Roland Garros, mate. He's never won a match there. So all he has to do is win a match, and he'll gain some points there.
Very true.
Watch out, Medvedev's going to have the bit between his teeth. I think he beats Berrettini.
Mate, yeah. Well, it could happen. I'm going Berrettini based upon how well he played in Serbia. I think that he's looking back to a good form again. And Berrettini in good form on the clay, tough player to play against. And Medvedev, will he even get this far? You don't know. I mean, he should do, but I don't know. For me, Berrettini, I've seen more body of work this year on the clay. So We got RS jumping in saying, come on, but Karasev didn't play bad in Monte Carlo. He lost to the eventual champion.
It's true. He didn't play that bad. I agree.
I'm not saying that he played badly, but I'm just saying that's the way the tournaments go for him, it seems. It seems one tournament he gets to the final or wins it or gets to the semi-finals or something. The next tournament he seems to go out in the first, second round or something like that. So like he did to Dominic Thiem, obviously, in Qatar. No shame. Dominic Thiem is incredible. It's a Grand Slam champion. So... Anyway, so we're moving. Is this our semi-finals now we have?
Yep. So semi-finals and mine don't get really much bigger than this. I've got Rafael Nadal, Dominic Thiem at the top, and then I've got Tsitsipas, Medvedev. So I've got some monster semi-finals. We'll definitely be taking. Hopefully, it falls on the weekend. Usually, we'll do a Saturday, and we'll be covering them live watch-alongs for sure because they're going to be epic. If it is the case, I'm not going to cut straight to the chase. I think Rafa gets to the final. I think he beats Dominic Thiem. I know he struggled recently. Thiem's not had many matches to really get going. He might be doing well at this stage, and I think he could run Rafa quite short. But Rafa's just got some other level. And for me, as long as he fixes some of the problems he had in the last match, if he raises his level by say 10%, just a bit more consistent, a bit better shot selection and stuff, I think it's going to be hard for anyone to beat him.
Mate, it is definitely, especially in Spain. That's the main thing that just sways a lot of my selecting with him. In Barcelona especially, it's hard to pick against Rafa in his home country. He just seems to have another level that he digs into. Just to
especially in Madrid. It's one that means a lot to him. He supports Real Madrid, I remember.
Yeah.
He's going to want to do it for them.
Mate, so... He's up against Andre Rublev against a repeat for me of Monte Carlo, where they met in the semi-finals as well. Are we going to see a repeat of 7 double fault Rafa though? For me, no, we're not. We're going to see the Rafa from Barcelona.
Hey, Ben's actually put Rafa through to the final. Are you feeling all right?
I'm not actually. I ran out of beer, so. Maybe that's why.
Usually a bit of a Rafa hater, but it's good to see you're finally seeing a bit of the light now.
No, I'm not a hater. I just there's parts of his game obviously that bug me, but that's the same with a lot of players. I just point them out, whereas you're just completely oblivious to anything he could ever do wrong. So especially that shot clock thing, mate. What was going on in that last?
Yeah, that was a bit dodgy, but maybe they'll have the same shot clock.
Cheating shot clock, resetting itself back to 1 second again after it was timed out. Anyway, I've got him beating Rublev. If he serves 7 double faults again, though, Rublev will beat him. I'm just going to say that. Tsitsipas versus Berrettini in my other one. I'm going to go Tsitsipas to beat Berrettini. We're going to set up the same final that we had in Barcelona.
I couldn't agree more, mate. I think it's only going one way. It's going to be Tsitsipas, Rafael Nadal. There's definitely some recency bias in here. I think people to watch could be a Dominic Thiem, could be a Batista or Ruud. I think he could be dangerous. Karasev, watch out for him. Yeah. Obviously, Buster, one we've not talked about a lot. We don't have him going through, but he could do very well in this tournament. And obviously Medvedev, like at the end of the day, he could beat a Tsitsipas. He usually does beat him. He's got a good head-to-head against him, if I'm not mistaken. He blitzed him in the Australian Open, but this is on the clay courts, and he's not had much body of work to go off. Tsitsipas won 17 sets in a row until he faced Rafa. So I think we're going to see exactly the same final. I've gone for the same thing as you, and I'm going for the exact same outcome. Rafael Nadal beating Tsitsipas in the final. It could be another 4-hour one. Tsitsipas could have match points. It's not going to be straightforward, but Rafa will find a way, and Rafa will win in Madrid.
Mate, I'm not having it. I'm saying that he was so distraught from the last final. Tsitsipas does Rafa in straight sets or something in this final. I think he comes out all guns blazing, and he actually takes the tournament to Rafael Nadal. He says, I've beaten you in Madrid before in 2019. I'm going to beat you here again. Obviously, he was a heavy underdog that day, 6-1, I believe it was. But he came out in the semi-final. He beat Rafael Nadal. I think it's going to happen again. Madrid.
That as well. We've got Gene saying Tsitsipas beat Rafa here last time.
Exactly right, Gene. That's what I'm talking about.
2019.
Might not be able to beat him in Barcelona, but come to Madrid, different things can happen. I think Tsitsipas may be a little bit more at home there.
But one thing, Ben, Midfield Masters, and Medvedev has beaten Tsitsipas on clay before. Could it happen? Could it happen again? Medvedev is a bit of a weird one. It wouldn't surprise me if we see Medvedev in the final.
I don't have Medvedev getting past Berrettini though, so that's my reasoning for that.
Yeah, fair enough,
mate.
So let us know in the chat, guys. Who do you have going all the way and winning? Who is your dark horse as well?
Yeah,
I'm sure we're gonna have some interesting ones. Hopefully, it's not all Tsitsipas and Rafa. Not as boring as me and Ben, but I think I fear there's gonna be a bit of the theme here. There's gonna be a lot of people going Tsitsipas. There's gonna be a lot of people going Rafa for obvious reasons.
Rublev.
Is there anyone brave enough to go for Karasev? Anyone brave enough to go for Rublev? That's what I want to know. We've got Shane here. He's going Rublev to beat Rafa. You've got SMHS saying Rublev. Fair play. Wow. Jackie's saying Rublev said that clay is equal to real tennis. So let's see. We've got midfield maestro, and I think Rublev or Zverev. Rublev is a very popular pick in the chat, so that's interesting. We've got Ramil going Tsitsipas for the title. So, mate, there's a few different scenarios, but it seems to just be Rublev, Tsitsipas on the Dow at the moment.
Might want to change your picks based upon the scores in the current matches going on. Ramos is 5-1 up in the first set against Davidovich Fokina. Ramos is tearing up the clay courts at the moment. Is he going to win there in Estoril and then come to Madrid to put it all together? Who knows? Obviously, he's I'm not sure who he's got in the first round now. I don't know if I had him going out.
Who, Fokina?
No, not Fokina.
Ramos.
Ramos, mate.
Ramos is playing. Oh, I've lost it now.
I know.
Too many players.
I know. There he is. Fritz. There you go. Then Carreño Busta. But he played well against Busta in which tournament was it? God, I can't think of what name. Marbella. Marbella, not Marbella.
Oh.
Get it right. So, yeah. Mate,
Dark horse time?
I think so, mate. Dark horse time.
Do you want me to go first?
I think you should.
All right. So I'll let you have a little. I'll give you some time.
Mate,
my dark horse is going to be Aslan Karasev.
Oh, mate.
I'm stealing him. I'm unsure why he's not a seed. Or maybe he's just outside of it. Must be close.
Just outside, mate. Yeah, that's a bit unfair that you'd steal him from me.
But Aslan Karasev's got to be the dark horse. I'm getting in there quick before Ben takes him. Aslan Karasev, my dark horse, and my main pick for this tournament, Rafael Nadal.
I'm going to go. That's annoying. Well, two good picks there. Look, Daniel Medvedev's not a seed.
Yeah, broken.
I got Medvedev as my dark horse. Is that broken? All right, then.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't.
So it must be Norrie. Or Fuchsovich?
No.
All right, while you're thinking, Abassa's going dark horse Nishikori.
Okay, like that. I would say potentially. Sinner's seeded.
Gene's going dark horse Buster.
No, he's seeded though, isn't he? Buster.
I think he might be, yeah. But mate, you've got to pick one.
Right. Well,
if you flick through one more time,
I'm going to
go disqualify you.
Basilashvili. There you go, Basilashvili.
I forced him into a big error there. Basilashvili is going to announce as soon as we end this broadcast, Basilashvili pulls out of the tournament.
He will do. I'll change my dark horse if he does.
We've got Kyler going Casper Ruud. Yeah, well, he's not been great recently, but he's more than capable on the clay courts. One to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that sums up our draw preview. Good luck to everyone who's entered. If you haven't already, the link is in the description. Join our league on there. We've got almost 200 people. And I can confirm if you're listening to this, you will want to join it because we will 100% be sending a prize to the winner. So it's completely free and you will get a prize as well if you win. So best of luck.
Yeah, don't forget to hit update on your brackets. I've just hit the update on mine. It will not be lost. So I think it closes. It says you've got 17 hours left to get in your selections. So make sure you get those in as soon as possible. There will be the qualifying finishing off, hopefully at some point tomorrow, I think. And once that's done, you can have a look, see who they're all going to be playing. You might want to make a few last-minute changes. I might get in there and change my dark horse, mate. Or
if you're like me, you'll probably forget and then be ended up with some weird scenario like Anna Bogdan going all the way to the semi-finals, like I did on the last one. But
Tobias Boehner winning it.
But anyway, we'll wrap it up there. Big thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't already, please leave us a like on the video, hit the subscribe button, and if you want a new tennis app, check it out. It's called TNNS. It's basically tennis, and it's a really good app for everything you would need in tennis. You've got obviously videos on there, streaming stuff. You've got news stories, scores, the whole lot. So go download it.
That's it, mate. Our podcast's on there, and this will be uploaded there, I think, within about the next 10 minutes when we come off.
Yeah, and sorry, one thing there is what I need to think. Abbas is saying, don't forget Smash It. Join our Discord if you want to find out more information about Smash It. But it's like a fantasy tennis league. You can compete against everyone. We've got a little league. I must admit, I forgot to enter it last time, so I think I'm bottom now. But I'll make sure I enter for Madrid. So thanks for the reminder.
Yeah, we'll bring you the updates on Estoril and the update on, what was the other one, Munich, to announce the winners of those ones, probably in a podcast early next week. But thanks, everyone, for donating. Well done to Thomas Rock for being top of those top tippers. But thanks to all of you who have donated. Means the world to us.
Yeah. See you on the next one, guys.
Cheers, guys.